Welcome to the Business Buyer Diaries. My name is Nathan Platter. I'm a full-time employee, and I bought a business. I did everything right, from finding the deal, handling all the due diligence on 63 opportunities, and ultimately bought a profitable gym. And boy, was I in for a big surprise as a new owner. I chronicled everything in real time, including the biggest wins to the stressful nights at 2 a.m. I'm sharing my journey without sugarcoating anything, so you don't make the same mistakes that I did. Here's today's episode. I want to give a shout out to a guy named Patrick Bet-David. He's got a book called Your Next 5 Moves, and I recently finished it up. And one of the takeaways I had for at least this setting of buying a business, getting things set up, the concept of the book is on the premise that, like, when you play chess, folks that are learning how to play are usually looking at the move in front of them. Folks that get really good start to look like 3 moves ahead, roughly. So what you're going to do, the other guy's going to do, what you're going to counter with. So 2 or 3 moves ahead is someone who's like starting to learn and think clearly. Someone who thinks like 3 to 5 moves ahead is very advanced. Someone who's thinking like 10 to 15 moves ahead, that's a grandmaster. Someone who's not surprised when you do a move. They've seen it and they already know how they're going to win by the current move. And so the takeaway and the parallel reason I have for this is thinking about buying a business. Some of the things I'd like to be doing down the road, at least that I've thought about is buying into other franchises. There was one that I thought was kind of interesting that was for like pets, and would love something for that my kids can get plugged into, or that my wife can get into. And so the fitness studio thing, I'm passionate, crazy, obsessed about, and there may be brands that are not competing, but maybe a viable thing to check out down the road. And so if I'm going to be adding additional businesses, rental properties, if I'm going to be having like a head management company running all these operations that I'll be operating, there's going to be a lot of things at play. And so by figuring out what the future looks like, even if it's not certain, knowing where I'm heading and where I'd like to be going, and then backing up as to what things do I need to be doing today from a legal structure, from a tax perspective, from a lifestyle decisions. Can we start eating out and eating steak weekly, or do we still need to eat like chicken? And when can we start enjoying that kind of thing? It just helps to know the trajectory and who I need to be meeting, kind of relationships should I be building, who can I partner with to get these clubs to be even more impactful than they currently are. And so it's a book that's helping me think bigger picture and start drawing out and mapping out the current actions and the future destinations that we want to be having, so that there's no double work, we don't trip ourselves up along the way. But you really have to have a plan. And even if it's an imperfect plan or a changing plan, you at least are shooting for something going in a direction that you want to be heading. Worst case scenario, you end up somewhere close and you pivot from there. So thanks so much, Patrick Bet-David. Really love the book. And for everyone that's wanting to think about how to build a life, how to structure your future decisions, Your Next 5 Moves is a book that I'd recommend. This has been another episode of the Business Buyer Diaries. Subscribe so you don't miss the next episode. I hope you're realizing that business ownership is no cakewalk. Check the podcast notes for a link to the DIY due diligence program, the complete list of show sponsors, and for media inquiries. Music written and composed by Wes Schrock. I'm your host, Nathan Platter. Join me again on the next one.